burst your bubble. There are a whole lot of fish and other things under your legs as you swim in any lake. And today we're out here on the Ottawa River, and proof of what I just mentioned is right here. We've got a couple of fish in our net, and we'll have a few more details on them coming up. But first, our pilot for the day, Jason Cox, he just pulled in a fish. We'll show you that in a sec. We've got Lawrence Gunther, Canada's only blind angler, who really has man the helm today. Like, you're pulling in fish after fish. There's a reason why we call him a professional. And then we've of course got Lawrence's guide dog, Moby, who is such a sweetheart on
my
the
fish finder
boat. He really is. Maybe you said he's the good luck charm.
He's my
right?
fish finder.
Yeah, you're a good boy.
Especially
okay.
catfish.
All right, let's pull in the net and show you the couple different types of fish that we're working with. So Lawrence, I've just set the net down here.
There.
Here's the sauger on the right.
Okay, let's grab that one.
Yeah, let's grab that and show our viewers that.
So this is a sauger, and it's part of the walleye family, and you can tell a sauger because it's got the black dots here on the dorsal fin. So if I lift up that fin there, whoop, 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 well, it won't keep him out of the water long, but if you can see the black dots, yeah, and there he goes, and he's in.
Catch and release.
Catch and release.
Right? So why do we call it a sauger?
It's part of the walleye family, and when sauger and walleye interbreed, they call them saugai.
Okay.
But the sauger don't get much longer than, I think the biggest one I ever caught was 17 inches, and that's a really good size sauger, but they're always in the 10 to 12 inch range.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's lots of them in this river, tons and tons and tons, and they really like to eat your minnows.
Well, or our worms.
And our worms,
case,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But that's not what we've come out here today for. Moby, he's just all about the pets here. Okay, let's pull the net out of the water again. I'm going to set it down to your left here, Lawrence.
And this is going to be our catfish. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Now, so where is that guy? Oh, there's his tail.
Okay, so now why do you have to be careful when it comes to picking up the catfish?
All right, I'll show you. Now, he's got prongs here on each side of his body. You can see them sticking out here on each side, and there, that side, and on the back here, just in front of my hand. And those are like thorns, and they're covered in poison. So you get a little scratch from that, and it like burns.
Yeah.
So that's their protection underwater. That's how they prevent themselves from being eaten.
Okay.
And it doesn't always work. I mean, they still get eaten, and we eat them. They're really good to eat.
What would, in the water, what would eat a catfish?
Muskie, pike.
Muskie.
Oh yeah, and walleye. Big walleye will eat the catfish too. And you see here on his nose, you can see the whiskers, right?
Yes.
So those whiskers are all covered in tasting buds. And they smell, they taste, whatever you want to call it. But that's how they feel. So they'll feel along the bottom, and they'll smell, they'll taste. And all along each side of his face is covered in taste buds as well.
Okay.
And then his nose, he can smell food, so he'll be downstream, he'll smell food coming. He can smell our worms before they see it.
What is he, should I put him back in the water
let's
for a
drop
sec?
him in. Yeah,
okay, so what is he looking for when he's stalking the bottom of the river? Like, what would a catfish eat?
Anything that's dead, drifting down, old minnows, anything, flies, any bits of, food that's drifting down in the current. These fish will smell it coming, and they can actually hear it coming too. So they can hear food. They have two ways of hearing. They hear with their ears, and that's their sort of high frequency sound. And they have stereo hearing, so they can actually zone in on things that are around them. So little crayfish clicking and clacking on the rocks, they can hear that a ways off. And then they can also hear with their lateral lines, those two lines that go down the sides of their body, and that's more their defensive line. So they can hear the thump, thump, thump of a tail of a big fish coming, and then they'll hit the deck. They'll drop right to the bottom and try to disappear.
So I'm going to pull him out of the water and show you what we're talking about in a sec here. But Jason, what do you have on your line right now?
I don't want to talk about it.
What is that? Is that a clam?
It is, yeah.
Jason has caught a clam. And you know what the ironic thing about that is? Not even 5 minutes ago, Jason here was chirping nearly almost everyone in the boat about being a superior fisherman. And it seems, Lawrence, that that might be the fact when it comes to clams anyway.
Well, if that's what we were after, but
I'm not sure. I've seen that before.
catch us a boot, buddy.
A boot?
They closed it.
Okay, let's pull the catfish out of the water again, because I'd like you to actually outline. So here it is on the left, Lawrence.
Okay, so you can see on the side of his body, can you zoom in on his body there, the line, right?
You want me to hold him?
No, I'll get it.
You got him?
Yeah, I got him. So, there, hang on, and you get those little prongs out. Now, so I'll hold him like that, so hang on.
Oh, it's just in the net there.
Yeah, this prong's hot.
Perfect, okay.
So right there on the side of his body is the line. And can you see that line? That's
Yeah.
his lateral line. So that's a sounding line. That's another form of hearing. And they hear low frequency thump, thump, thump with that sound. And that's also on each side of the body. So when they're swimming, they can hear on the left, the left, right. And they can also do stereo hearing. So they can locate things like a school of minnows, a school of bait fish, anything like that they can swim up on. So these
Okay.
catfish, they feed on the bottom, but they'll also come up and feed. Should we let them go?
Yes, let's
right,
let
let's
him
get
go
him in
for
the
sure.
water. All right.
Thank you for being our demonstration at catfish. Now the thrilling thing is we've still got another 2 hours out here on the Ottawa River with Lawrence,
Oh,
Jason,
no, more
and
fishing?
Moby, and I don't know. I mean, we've already got a catfish, what was the other one called?
Sauger.
A sauger, and sorry, Jason, what'd you catch again? the
The
sauger. Oh, okay.